Google's last refresh of the Nest lineup of home security cameras and doorbells was over 3 years ago, which means we've got a lot to talk about with these new introductions. So let's explain just what's new, how it all works with your Google Home account, and give you the full lowdown. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Google here on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then tap the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. If you're only interested in the new devices, since 2017, the only new option you've had from Nest at all is the Hello Doorbell. That is getting updated, while the Nest camera lineup is also getting a refresh with a number of new options, including a battery-powered Nest Cam, an outdoor Nest camera with some floodlights, plus a wired Nest camera primarily for indoor usage. So we make that 4 new products, all at varying price points, but we will discuss them later. The real kicker here is that they will all require the Google Home app for control, which has been updated so that you can actually see live video, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. Let's talk about each of these new products so you do get a better idea of what is new here and what might be worth a closer look at if you want to upgrade your home security or monitoring systems. So the first new introduction is the Nest Doorbell, which has a straightforward name, and it's almost 2 inches taller, ever so slightly wider and thinner than the original Hello Doorbell was. This makes for a less bulbous kind of look, with the Nest Doorbell featuring an architecture-inspired design that comes off as quite stark and minimalist compared to probably what you're used to. You can choose from one of 4 colours for the front and sides of the device. You can choose from snow, which is white, ivy, which is a dark green, and linen beige sort of colour, and there's an ash, which is dark grey. This enclosure is actually made from 46% recycled plastic, while there's an IP54 rating, with Google testing things such as wind and rain and drop resistance so that it is fit for purpose. The button visitors will press at the bottom of this actual little doorbell is surrounded by a white LED status ring that lights up on approach, and thanks to a massive infrared sensor, it will pulsate after a tap to signal that it is ringing. There's also an RGB indicator up top that tells visitors when someone is viewing the live feed or footage is being uploaded, which is done securely via at-rest encryption to the cloud, so if you do want to view that at a later date, you can. Up top, the camera itself is black and it's surrounded by a thick ring. Therein lies the 1.3 megapixel sensor that records HD 30 FPS quality footage at a 3:4 aspect ratio, which is 960 by 1280 pixels, and that allows you to kind of see head to toe if someone is stood in front of your doorway, while the boxes will close from 8 inches away from the door will be visible. A 145-degree field of view with 6 times digital zoom is also included. There's also HDR and night vision available if you do want to watch low-light video. The latter feature is made possible by 4 850nm infrared LEDs with IR cut filters that let you see up to 10 feet in the dark. It's not perfect, but that's pretty good for most households, we would admit. Other specs include high-quality speakers and a microphone with some noise cancellation for two-way conversations if you do want to converse with someone on your doorstep. Internally, the Nest Doorbell is powered by a 1.5 GHz processor that features a machine learning hardware engine. On-device machine learning is a big part of Google's new camera lineup, and it allows for free person, package, vehicle, and animal detection that doesn't require a subscription. Processing occurs locally and therefore does run much faster than it would if it was uploaded to the cloud. Also, free is up to 3 hours of event video history, so they're kind of clips and user-created activity zones. A Nest Aware subscription does enable familiar faces detection and up to 60 days of event-based recording. Notably, this doorbell does not support 24/7 video history with either battery or wired installation, and that might be a little bit of a downside for some of you out there. That new built-in power source also allows you to go between 1 to 6 months without a charge. The rechargeable nature greatly simplifies the setup process, allowing for kind of wire-free installation, and will play the ringer on your Assistant smart displays and speakers in your home when that button on top of it is pressed. That said, you can have this trickle charge with existing wires and have it ring on your existing in-house chime. As for cost, the new Nest Doorbell costs $179.99 in the US and is set to go on sale from August 24th in 18 nations, which you should be able to see on screen now. It is coming to Japan and Mexico from the 26th of August, but it is worth noting that only the US will see those 4 aforementioned colours. It will only be available in snow or white across the globe. The flagship as well as the primary model in the new Nest series of the entire line is simply called the Nest Cam, and everything here is housed in a self-contained kind of cup-shaped package that's available in snow or white. It is made from 45% post-consumer recycled plastic, and Google touts IP54 protection, so it means it can withstand the elements. And because of that, there are no indoor and outdoor models like there were previously, just one unit that works everywhere seamlessly. The camera comes in at 2 megapixels and records up to 1080p video in a 16:9 aspect ratio at up to 30 frames per second, and it also includes HDR. There is 6x digital zoom and night vision powered by 6 high-power 850nm infrared LEDs that can actually see up to 20 feet of illumination as a result. Other specs include a high-quality speaker and microphone that does allow for full duplex two-way audio conversations, with noise cancellation also tacked on top of that. Out of the box, Google includes 3 hours of event video history that does not require any sort of subscription. Nest Aware, which is unchanged from before, can expand on this up to 60 days with the Plus tier. The most expensive membership though will allow for 10 days of 24/7 continuous video recording if you have this device connected to a power source. There is an LED status light indicator when footage is being uploaded to Google as well on the very front of this device. Also, thanks to more on-device machine learning and a TPU chip, the Nest Cam can recognize people, vehicles and animals, as well as user set activity and those important area zones that you will set, all for free. Paying does give you that familiar face detection option as well, and Google touts improved algorithms that will mean less false detection alerts from your camera, while local processing does improve speed and privacy of this device compared to other devices on the market. Compared to the Nest Cam IQ, it can run 2 times more pixels at twice the frame rate too. And this is made possible by training on 40 million images, including 25 million synthetic ones, thanks to the Unity engine. As the name implies, the Nest Cam has a built-in rechargeable battery that does allow for wire-free installation. Estimated battery life though is anywhere between 1 month and 7 months, depending on just how many daily events are picked up by the camera when it detects movement in front of it. The power source combined with local storage also means that you get an hour's worth of video when Wi-Fi is disconnected or offline. This translates to a week's worth of events that will upload when connection is regained to a Wi-Fi network. The Nest Cam with battery power does cost $179.99 and will be available at retailers on August 24th, like the Doorbell, and on top of that, in the future, Google will be selling what's essentially the same Nest Cam with 2 floodlights for $279.99. It's physically quite substantial and leverages machine learning to turn on those actual LED lights when activity is detected. Rounding out Google's smart home lineup is the Nest Cam. It's smaller and cheaper than what is launching this month, and at $99.99 it does lack a built-in battery and must always be plugged in or wired. It's meant for indoor usage when permanently attached to a base, so there are wall mount options available if you do wish to do so. Like the floodlight model, there is no launch date for this device just yet, but this might be one of the most popular given that entry-level pricing. So that's the hardware out of the way. Let's talk about the revamped Google Home app that might be of more interest to some of you out there. You'll have to take our word for it though, as we're yet to see it in person, but the app has been updated to handle video feeds, and to see all live video, owners will continue to tap the blue camera shortcut at the top of the Google Home app. This will present a scrollable feed of video that starts with the 3:4 aspect ratio Nest Doorbell stream. For devices running on battery power, percentage will be noted in the top left corner too, so that you can keep an eye on the lifespan of your cameras available. A new battery skin also provides a time-based estimate with an automatic battery saver that kicks in when there's less than 7 days of power remaining to restrict video recording settings. Meanwhile, there's also the recently revamped More tab with settings to turn cameras on and off, start that battery saver, enter quiet time and play canned responses from the speaker, and even call emergency services if you have Nest Aware subscription on your account. Through this, you can also set up activity zones to control the camera focus in the Google Home app instead of the dedicated Nest app, as well as enable recording with home and away routines. Elsewhere in the app, you also have the feed to see priority events, while a total home history from all of your cameras is available here too if you do want to view that. Another big upgrade sees all scene and device online notifications sent directly from the Home app rather than the Nest app. This might help tie everything together a little bit more neatly. To use the Home app, you will have to migrate away from a Nest account to Google's account, which is much better for security and will enable things like 2-step verification. Google also touts how cam and doorbell footage is encrypted in transit and at rest if you were worried about that. We're not sure though if this will be available for existing cameras like the Nest Cam Indoor, Outdoor or the Cam IQ, but we have asked Google for comment and will update you should we hear more information. So we appreciate that is a lot to digest, and for many people it won't be of any interest, but it's a new product refresh for 2021 that was probably well overdue. If you do already use Nest cameras and might be looking at some of the new additions, be sure to let us know what you think of them down in the comments sections below, and hopefully this has helped you get a better idea of what is new and what might be beneficial to you. Until next time though, this is Damien with 95 Google saying thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later.